When we began the Sinclair DNA study, our operating hypothesis was clearly stated. Sinclair being a place name, and there being multiple places in Normandy with this name, it made sense that there would have been more than one family moving into these various parts of Normandy. Then, following the custom of the time, they would have referred to themselves of St. Clair, de Sancto Claro. By searching Google Maps, I was able to come up with 8 such places, which Google currently recognizes as being large enough to include on their maps. Now, this might lead one to think that there were fewer in years gone by. However, just the opposite turns out to be true. There were many more. And this makes more sense if you study what's happening in most areas even today. Cities are expanding, and they swallow up smaller hamlets. In 1851, a book was published which listed the cities, towns, villages, hamlets, and farms of France. A study of the book turned up 29 different places named some derivation of St. Clair. If you're watching this video on our website, you'll see the complete list at a link on the home page. Surely not every owner of a small farm in France adopted this as a surname, but just as certainly, with 29 places named St. Clair, there was more than one person in post-conquest England carrying the surname. And without too much difficulty, I've already found at least one. I'm absolutely certain there are others. The one I found is Maine de Sancto Claro, the doomsday tenant of Hugh de Montfort of Kent. We all know that name. If you're researching St. Clair history, I'm sure you've bumped into that name before. This Maine de Sancto Claro is probably the same Maine de Sancto Claro who attested a charter of Beatrice Mallet, wife of William de Arc, the Doomsday Lord of Folkestone in Kent. Pharaoh showed that Richard Lecroc and his wife Bensalin left Preaux Abbey, land at St. Clair. The identity of the place is obscure, according to KSB Keats Rohan, but it could be either St. Clair d'Arcy, near Bernay in Eure, or St. Clair sur le Mont, near Yvetot, in the Seine-Maritime department. That land at Preaux Abbey is very interesting. It was held in 1070 by Udo Rai. The Montfort family, a name very familiar to all us St. Clair researchers, were donating land to this abbey in Preaux, some 40 kilometers east of Caen, in the eastern part of the department of Calvados, about halfway between St. Clair-sur-Elle and St. Clair-sur-Epte. If you're researching your family and in the St. Clair DNA study, my advice is to go over to the Name Matches link, where you can click and scroll down. Make sure you start at 25 marker matches. I don't bother with less. If you look and select the 25 marker area, you can select to see up to 1,000 25 marker matches. Check your name matches and see where they're pointing at. You might just find that you're connecting to land that was owned by St. Clair's, and you might find some interesting families like I'm starting to find in my own line, and they may pinpoint you to a particular place in a particular time. That's it for now. Please check back for more updates on the Sinclair DNA study and how we connect our family back through time.